Yep. Where are you going?
Tell Sansa her sister's home.
The inspiration for the scene.
You see her looking at Winterfell from that vantage point on the hill, at what she's been through and experienced, many of the insane and awful things she's experienced, and come out the other side stronger for it, is finally coming home. It's not the same place.
There's a lot of homecomings in this season. I think Sansa, in some ways, they're very similar to be a lady. Arya always kind of wanted to be a fighter. Both of them have had difficult journeys and difficult in their own ways. I think they come to diminish the tension between them.
John left you in charge. He did.
There's a connection that's more genuine. And the idea with the scene was we wanted to lay in the beginnings of
your list of people I'm going to kill.
Sansa doesn't really know much about where Arya's gone and what she's done since they last saw each other. This scene, more than anything else, tells her what she's been up to. And the fact is, Brienne is a pretty legendary swordswoman, and it looks like Arya, maybe Brienne holding back. Arya's really good at killing people. That's a bit worrisome.
Who taught you how to do that? No one.
The idea that this is like one of those on the walls, except in our case, it wasn't prehistoric men, but children of the forest. The thousands of years that have passed since these caves were first explored and the paintings were first made, and also obviously something where peoples united to fight the common enemy. There are a number of symbols on the walls. Some of them are supposed to remind us of patterns we've seen before. Going back to the very first geometric pattern on the show, which was the weird array of body parts that the White Walkers made, is that the White Walkers didn't come up with those images. They derived them from their creators, the Children of the Forest, exactly what they signify. But spiral patterns are important in a lot of different cultures in our world.
The enemy is real. It's always been real.
There's tension on two sides. Jon Snow has his own very specific purpose here on Dragonstone, and that's to get the dragon glass, and if possible, to convince Dany to fight with him. There's conflict, and it's complicated. They're starting to be attracted to each other, and us just watching that and feeling the heat of that.
What is it?
We took Castle Rock.
That's very good to hear.
In which nobody contested or got in the way of. From that point on, she's lost two of her principal position, where if she doesn't step up soon and come up with a big win for her side, she really feels the pressure of her situation more than she ever has before.
Stories interplaying here. First part of the season, she's been frustrated in following Tyrion unleash the Dothraki horde. She hasn't really set the dragons into combat yet.
The first time we've ever had two sets of main characters. It's impossible to really want any one of them to. This dragon flies up. It's almost like what if somebody had an F-16 that they brought to a medieval battle. You start to scrap the history of it a bit and just think about how would those things interact with each other in a way.
Wyvern realized that the dragons were vulnerable. Scorpion come into play, manned by Bronn, and we see Drogon wounded. Things turn out okay for them to dangerous territory.
This is a hard thing to top for me in that sequence, only because the character trying to murder another principal character, that doesn't happen all that often.